Okay, good morning, students. In day before yesterday, we have started our Java programming. Okay, whether you are having any doubts or any queries, please ask me right now because I am going to start a new part from first chapter, that is the data types and operators, and we have to move towards the control flow statements. Okay, so if you are having any doubts right now, tell me. I will clear over here. Yes, anybody has any doubt regarding how to set the path, how to run the program? If no, then we will start today's session.
No, ma'am.
Yes. Hello, Ankita.
No doubts.
Okay. So shall we start today's lecture? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will share my screen. Okay. In previous lecture, we have seen the parts up to different variables. Okay. There are three types of variables: local, instance, and statics. Local variables are nothing but those variables which are declared inside the method, and we cannot declare local variable as a static one. Then instance variables are nothing but those variables which are declared inside the class and outside the method, means this one. Okay, this type of variables are called as the instance variables. And static variables, we have to use keyword as a static, and whenever we are using static keyword, there is a no necessity to use object of that particular class to access it. Okay, so you need to only use static keyword to avoid different objects creation. Okay, so from next time onwards, I have provided you 15 minutes to join this lecture. So within that 15 minutes, you have to join it. Otherwise, I will not allow you. Okay, so we will move towards the next part, that is data types. You know already what is meant by data type. Okay, according to data type, different size and values are provided to that particular variable. In Java, there are basically two data types, primitive and non-primitive. In primitive, again it is divided into different parts, Boolean and numeric. You know already Boolean means true and false values. There are only two values are available, true or false. In numeric, character and integral part is there. Right now you have used char data type in C and CPP. But whenever we are declaring char as a variable, in that case, C and CPP, 1 byte memories get allocated. But in Java, some change is there. We will see its different sizes of these data types in the next slide. But right now, only see its differentiation. Okay. Again, numeric is again divided into integral, and integral is again divided into integer and floating point. In integer, they have provided four parts: byte, short, int, and long. You know already these data types, only we have to revise over here. Then, in floating point, float and double are already available. You have used in C and CPP. Only change in char data type. In char, in Java, they use the Unicode system. That's why character data type uses 2 byte memory allocation. But in C and CPP, simple memory allocation is used. That's why it uses 1 byte memory allocation. Only difference in C, CPP and Java is that in Java, character data type uses 2 byte. Okay. Then now this is the partition regarding primitive data types and non-primitive data types. In CCPP we have seen array strings, but there we cannot consider it as a data types. But right now we are considering here as a non-primitive data types. String, arrays,
Hello,
these are the
ma'am.
hello,
Hello.
hello. Yes,
Ma'am, your sound is not clear. Your sound is breaking.
okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And your sound is audible, but sometimes breaks.
Due to some network issues are there because here some clouds are there. That's why it may be breaking. Tell me in between my lecture if you are having any regarding my sound. Tell me in between. Okay. Unmute your mic and directly tell me because I am on these slides. That's why I'm unable to see over here your messages. So you can directly tell me by using unmuting your mic. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now I will continue. Now see here strings and arrays. In your syllabus, they have provided different chapters for string as well as array. Okay, because here detailed structure for for array as well as string is defined, as we have seen in that syllabus structure. So in later lectures, we will see different parts of the strings and array. Only keep it in mind that here these are the total data types, and for the character in Java, 2-byte memory allocation is provided because in Java, Unicode system is used for providing the memory allocations. This is the reason that's why character having 2-byte memory allocation. This is the interview related question. Okay, if you want to note it down, you can note it down. No problem. Now see, this is the actual size of that particular data types. For Boolean, 1 byte is there as we have seen in C and CPP. But for character, this is the Unicode system value. Unicode system provided value as a U4 times 0. This is the allocation for character value. And according to this system, if you convert this Unicode system to your numeric system, it will generate 2-byte code. Okay, there is a different numeric systems are available. You have already seen because 8-bit, 16-bit, these are the different types. So according to this, whenever you will convert Unicode to byte, it will generate 2 bytes over here. Okay, and remaining one having same as you have used in C and CPP. Okay, now I will move towards the actual part, that is the operators. Okay, these are the total types of operators. We will see one by one with example. Okay, so it will be easy to understand. First one is a unary operator. Again, it is divided into two parts, postfix as well as prefix. In postfix, there are two parts. That is, one is the increment operator and another one is a decrement. So this is called as the post increment and post decrement. Means whenever you will run your program, at that time it will be get updated. Means if you are using a is equal to 10 as a one value, and when you will run that program, and if you are using a plus plus, means postfix operator for variable a, then value of a will be become as a 11, and if we are using post decrement, then value of a become as a 9. Then next one is a prefix operator. Prefix operator is used to find out the values, means after implementation that value is get changed. Here before implementation and after implementation, two parts are there. We will see with the help of example. Only keep it in mind that you have to find out either at the before implementation or at the after implementation. This is the difference between postfix and prefix. Then this one is also called as the unary operators, minus as well as plus simply. Then this is the negation operator. Here we can call it as a tilde operator, and this one is a simply not. Okay, or you can call it as a negation, negative. Okay, So this one is important for interview purpose, tilde operation, because there is some changes while converting your value into tilde value. So for this one we will see some examples for unary operators, and after that we will move towards the next operator, that is arithmetic and shift. Okay, so shall we move towards the examples? Yes, shall we move towards examples?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do one thing, open, am I audible? Okay, do one thing, open the editor, online editor. If you don't have any laptop or any machine with you, open the online editor. And if you are having machines with you, then you can open your text text boxes or text documents. Okay, we will do simultaneously so you can understand what we are doing over here. So we will first start with unary operators for postfix and prefix operations. Okay, so first I will fetch that path from C drive. Our program is in E drive, so we have to move towards our cursor into E drive. First, those who are having laptop or desktop with you, start implementing with me. Okay. Okay. Now, first understand this program, then we will implement it. Okay. This is your first program, that's why I have written the values over here so you can understand what is going on at internal part. Okay. Public class, I have given name of a class as a unary operator, first example. Okay. Public static void main, you know already this is the main method, and why we have written it as a static, because whenever we are declaring our method as a static, there is a no necessity to create object of that method. Now see, I have declared here one integer variable x having value as a 10, and now I am going to display it on the console window only the values of that particular increment decrement operators. Now I have written here
Ma'am,
x plus, yes,
your program slide is not visible.
okay. Okay, I will rejoin it. Wait for 1 minute. Hello. Now is it visible to all? Whether you are able to see this window?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see, I am open over here. Command prompt. Check whether it is visible to all or not. Now I have opened here command prompt. Is it visible? Yes, anybody can tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ankit? Okay. Shall I start? Because all these windows are must be visible to you, otherwise you cannot understand what I am doing over here.
Command prompt not visible.
Command prompt is not visible. Let it be. Notepad is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay, now I will open both the windows, Notepad and command prompt. Check whether is it visible to all.
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
visible? Okay. So now we will start. Now first, in first statement, I have written postfix operation, right? Means x plus plus. Now see, whenever you will run this program, first it will get implemented as a 10, and after implementation it is get incremented by 1. It means after implementation its value become as a 11, but while printing on the screen it will print as a 10. Okay, and whenever you are using prefix, in that case what will happen, it first increment that value and then print on the console. But right now see, first statement is postfix, means you are incrementing it, right? Like this one, these two, and we are going to see these two and these two operations. Okay, so here first value is post increment, means it first implement and it will display as a 10, and after that displaying it will increment value of a x. And next statement is plus plus x, means pre-increment, means before running your example that values get incremented, but right now our values become as a 11 and it will increment first by 1. It means it display over here as a 12 because it is a post increment and this one is a pre increment. This same rule is applied for decrement operator. Okay, so now we will run this example. First we will compile it. Our program name is unary operator example 1.java. Okay, now see whether same values are there or not. Okay, this 10 is the answer for this first line, then second 12 is the answer for this line because pre-increment is there. After post increment, actual value is become as a 11 and that 11 is passed to this second line and again it is incremented because this is the pre-increment, and according to that these values are in front of us. Have you understood? Because you have already learned in C and CPP, only we are revising in the format of Java. Can you implement it on your editors?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, try it. I will wait for 2 minutes. Try it and I will ask anybody's name. You have to display or you have to present your screen. So I will see that answers. Okay. So take 2 or 3 minutes to implement it. Only 4 lines are there. So it will be easy to you for implement. I will display on my screen. If you have any doubts, you can see that part and implement it. Now I will close this window, try it from your side and check whether you are getting the same answers or you are having any difficulties. That part is already known to you, only we are implementing with the help of Java. Because these are the basics parts. When you will start control loops, from that part, your Java actual implementation will start because there are different for loops are available which you have not seen in your C and C. Yes, anybody has tried or anybody has completed? If you are having any doubts regarding Java, feel free to ask me because if you are not clear doubts right now, it will be difficult to handle from second chapter onwards. Okay. Rushikesh Pandre, can you unmute your mic? Rushikesh? Rushikesh Pandre, can you unmute your mic? Are you with me? Rushikesh Pandre, if you are not responding properly while these lectures, then I don't know whatever it may be, but strict action will be taken. Rushikesh Pandre. Sandeep Zada. Because I am writing these names in my pages.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you implemented?
Ma'am, laptop is not available.
But online editor is available, no? In previous lecture, I have shown you how to use it. Yes?
Yes. I'm not attending, ma'am.
Okay, now see, I will again open that editor. You have to implement it. Otherwise, you cannot understand what is going on. That's why you should implement it.
Okay, ma'am.
I know class files are not available here because this is the online editor, but at least you can understand programming. Okay, so this is the online editor. You can write over here your code and you can directly run, or you can debug it if you want, or if you are having any objection about your program, and if you don't have any objection, you can directly run this program. Okay. Now suppose
Okay.
this is the program, you can directly run over here and you can see your answer over here. Okay. So this editor is available on mobile also. That's why I have provided this link to you. But you cannot understand what is going outside, means internal part we cannot see on this editor. That's why. But Okay, now try it. Mahesh Raut. Mahesh Raut. Those who are not responding, I'm writing their names. So take it seriously. Okay. So we will move towards the next example. Next example is based on this tilde operation because we have to check how it is get implemented. So I will open it first. Now see that dot class file of first example is get created over here. Now you can move it on any machine or any folder. You can able to implement, but you should ensure that whether your machine is get installed with JDK or not. Okay. Now see, this is the second example, which is based on the post increment and pre increment. You can take it as a homework for you because here first post increment of A plus pre increment of A. So you can note it down and in next lecture you have to tell me its answer. Very simple example is here. I have already provided here values of A and B, only you have to calculate it. But before calculation, try to find out this value from your side and then implement it. Then and then only you can find out how to use pre-increment and post-increment operators in your examples. These are the interview based questions. Whenever you will in BTech, at that time you have to face such a things. That's why start from here onwards only. These are the very basic things, but when you are in the pressure of this implementation when you are in BTech, at that time you will feel that very difficult questions are there. But these are the very basic questions, only you have to follow that rules. Have you taken? Yes, have you taken this example?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I will open main example, those we want to implement over here. Now see, I am going to discuss about tilde operation. Now I am going to open here tilde operation. I have taken same value A is equal to 10, but I have changed value of a B. I have taken B as a minus 10. Then C as a true. This one is a boolean because we have to find out this negative means not operation. Whenever you are writing not this exclamatory mark with boolean values, then it is considered as a not operator. Now see, here I have using tilde of A. It means what? Here value of A is 10. Whenever you are counting tilde operation, at that time it starts attempting values from a 0. Now count values from 0 to 10. So total count is 11 values. That's why its value is become of a 11 and you have to make its negation. Whenever you are writing here only negation, it will take only negation value. We will check both the answers. Okay. Now I am writing here negation. Whenever you are taking negation of A, it only change your value into negative value. Means 10 is converted into minus 10. But whenever we are considering tilde operation, at that time it will consider values from 0 to 10. It means total count is become as 11 and that count is get converted into minus value. Okay. See, I have written here note also. Total positive value starts from 0. It will count and again it is converted into negative values. And whenever you are counting minus values, it will do one thing. It will count total 10 values and take minus 1 from this 10. It means 9 is there and it take opposite sign, means here negation is there, it will take it as a positive, so its answer become as a 9. So you can keep this note as a definition for this tilde operator. Positive of a total minus and starts from 0. Then this is the simply not operator. If true is there, it convert it into false, and false is there, convert it into true. Now see whether you are getting the values same as we have discussed over here. Okay, now see. First value. First value is what? System.out.println minus a, means simply conversion of your positive value into negative. See here, only conversion of positive value into negative value. Second statement is regarding to tilde operation. It have counted this 10 number from 0 to 10, so total count is 11, and that value means that 11 is converted into negative. Okay, so this one is the one thing. Then third statement is negation of, sorry, tilde of a b. Tilde of a b means this 10 minus 10 is converted into positive value by subtracting one value over here. It means 9. Okay, and last two are nothing but not of a c, means true is get converted into false, and here false is get converted into true. Have you understood it? Now do one thing, only implement these 3 statements on your editor, and I will ask anybody's name. Now you have to present your screen. Now I am going to check it strictly, otherwise I will note it down your names and I will forward it to your CCs and HODs. I will keep this example in front of you. Only implement first 3 lines, because you know on not operator, only tilde operator is maybe new for you. This is also one point for your interviews. Meanwhile, start calling roll numbers. Roll number 1. Unmute your mic and give the presenting. Roll number 1. Yes, roll number 1 is there. Swarali. Roll number 2. Roll number 2, Shruti. Roll number 2. Roll number 3. Roll number 4. Roll number 4. 5. 6.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 6. 7.
Present, ma'am.
8.
Present, ma'am.
9.
Present, ma'am.
10.
Present.
11.
Present, ma'am.
12. Roll number 12. 13.
Present, ma'am.
14. 14. 1 4. 15. 16.
Present, ma'am.
17.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 18. Roll number 18. 19. 19 is there. 20, 21, 21, 22,
Present, ma'am.
23,
Present, ma'am.
24, 24 is there, 25,
Present, ma'am.
26,
Present, ma'am.
27,
Present, ma'am.
28, 28, 29, 29, 30,
Present, ma'am.
31, okay, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 36, 37,
Present.
38, roll number 38, 39,
Present, ma'am.
40, roll number 40, 41, 42,
Present, madam.
43,
Yes, ma'am.
44,
Present, ma'am.
45, management 45,
Present, ma'am.
46, 46, Omkar,
Yes, madam.
47, 47 is there. Okay. 48, 49,
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
50, 50 is there. Okay. 51,
Present, ma'am.
your roll number is 50 or 51?
51, ma'am.
52,
50 present, ma'am.
yes, yes, yes,
Present,
I have
ma'am.
taken. 52,
52.
53,
Present, ma'am.
54, 55, 6,
Present, ma'am.
7, 57,
Yes, ma'am.
58, 58, 59,
Present, ma'am.
60, 60, 61,
Yes, ma'am.
62,
Yes, ma'am.
63, 63, 64,
Present, ma'am.
65, 66, 66, 67,
Present, ma'am.
67,
Present.
okay, 68, 69, 70,
69 present, ma'am.
59,
I'm 69 present. 69.
Ma'am. Roll number 2.
If anybody has remained to give present due to some network issue, mention it in the chat.
Roll number 3. Ma'am, roll number
Please unmute your mic. Hello. Please
Hello,
mute
ma'am.
your,
Roll number 1.
please mute your mic and mention your roll number in chat box. I am waiting for 2 minutes. Mention it into your chat box.
Ma'am, roll number 2, Shruti Vile.
Okay. Swarali is there. 14. Yes. Next. Sakshi.
Yes, ma'am.
Written. Anybody else?
Ma'am, roll number
Ma'am,
18.
roll number 3.
18.
Roll number 3.
I'm roll number 5.
Ma'am, roll
Ma'am,
number 12.
roll number
I
18.
have already told. Write it into chat box.
Ma'am, roll number 18.
Yes. Noted.
Roll number 3, ma'am.
In the chat box.
Yes. Written. Supriya, when madam will provide your roll number, at that time we will provide it to you. Okay? Till now we will take down your name as your present. Yes, have you completed?
Ma'am, roll number 18.
Yes, noted. See here, I am counting again. Roll number 1, 6, 12, 15, 16, 19, 20, 21, 24, 28,
16 present.
16. Why you are not given present?
That time I
Hello, ma'am. Roll number 12 is present.
ma'am 6 number is also present.
Ma'am, roll number 1 also present.
Yes, I know this. Only you are not given present to me. Okay, because I am having your list in front of me. Yes, 28, 29. Anybody is in the range? 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 38, 40, 41, 47, 53, 54, 55, 58, 60, 63, 65, 68, and 70. Okay. Now those who have completed out of this, Tejaswini, can you share your screen with us?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Yes. 1 minute.
Yes, this is code.
Yes, I am giving you permission. Yes, now can share it. I will stop my presentation. Now you can share it.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. X is 10, B is minus 10. Right.
I just performed 3 operations.
First one is tilde or minus?
Tilde.
Okay. Second one is a minus and third one is again tilde. Okay, run it.
Tilde.
Right.
This is
Your value is 10. So it has counted from 0 to 10 as a 11 and it make it as a negation. Yes, all of you understood it? Okay. Thank you, Tejaswini. Yes, anybody want to present your program over here? Okay. Shall we move towards next program?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next part is nothing but arithmetic operations. We will not give more time over here because you know already all these arithmetic operations you have already used. We will directly move towards this shift operator. So see here, there are three shift operator, left shift, right shift, and this one is a triple right shift. Okay. So first we will see these two, left shift and right shift. I will directly open the program so it will be easy to you how to implement it. I will open first left shift operator. Now see, I have taken here different values for implementing left shift operator. I will give space over here so it will be easy to see. Okay, now see, first statement. I have taken first value as a 10 and I want to shift to left by value 2. Means if you convert this 10 into bytecode, in that you have to add 2 zeros at the right side. Okay, now see how you can do it. Binary value of a 10 is nothing but okay, this is the binary value of a 10. Now what they have mentioned, left shift by 2 means you have to here two values are you have to add here two values. Okay, and that two values are nothing but the two zeros. These two values are nothing but the zero. And now calculate.
Hello, madam.
Yes. Hello.
Binary value of 10 is 1010.
Okay, sorry. Okay. By mistake, I have written here value as a 1100. This is the value of a 10. Now, here left shift operator is there with value of 2. Means you have to shift here these digits by 2 to left side. How to shift it? You have to add 2 zeros at the end of that string. Means end of that complete value of a binary. Okay. Now count these values. Okay. Now check whether 40 is there. This is the 1, 2, this is 4, this is 8, then this one is the 16 and this 32. Then 32 plus 8 is nothing but the 40. But this is a very small example, means value of a 10 is very small, but whenever you are counting big values like 100, 200 or more than that, in that case there is a complexity with converting your digital value to binary value. So to avoid such a complications, there is one formula, means 10 into 2 raised to 2. Here this 2 is nothing but this 2, whatever we have provided here, means how much bits you have to shift to left. Now see here, 3 bits are get shifted to left. That's why we have written here as a 3. So this is the very simple way to remember left shift operator. Okay. So while solving examples in your final exam of BTech as your aptitude, you have to keep these formulas with you. Okay, means you have to remember these formulas while solving such a types of a example. Okay, there is a no necessity to convert your every number into binary, then add your numbers to shift that value and again calculate it. So to avoid such a process, you can directly use this formula. Your number into left shift operator is there. That's why only 2 is there and rest to your given byte. Okay. So we will directly run this. Have you understood this? Or any queries are there? Yes, any queries are there? If yes, tell me right now so I can resolve it. No queries? Am I audible? Okay. Now see, first value is get 40 as we have calculated. If we calculate by converting into binary numbers, it will generate the same values. Okay. So this is the left shift operator. Simultaneously, we will see right shift operator because you can understand difference between these two formulas. Here also we are going to use formula only because now see here 10 right shift by 2 means here our value is 1010. You have to shift by 2 bits to right means you have to remove these two values and its answer is nothing but the 2. For avoiding such a process, we have designed one formula 10 divided by 2 raised to 2. In place of multiplication, we have replaced it by division. Okay, so you can directly calculate the values. Now see, I will directly run this. Okay, understood difference between left shift operator and right shift operator. Any doubts regarding this? No doubts? Shall we move towards next operator? Okay. Now these are the relational operators you have already seen. Then one more important operator is a bitwise and logical. Okay, bitwise and logical and same with bitwise or and logical or. There is a one main difference in between these two operators. Now see, whenever you are considering bitwise and if you are considering with two values, suppose first value and second value. We will take its example, no problem, but I will first explain its internal part. Whenever you will consider bitwise operator and if you are having two values, first and second, I will write over here. This one is the first value and this one is the second value. Okay, now consider f is the first value and s is your second value. Now in that, suppose first value is true and second value is true, your answer is nothing but the true only. Then first value is true and second value is false, your answer is a false. Now suppose your first value is a true and second value is a false, then value is a false only according to AND operator. But if we are calculating over here some postfix and prefix operation, in that case your answer will be get changed because whenever you are considering bitwise and if your first value is true, then and then only it go to check the second value. Otherwise, it will generate as a false value only. Okay, but whenever you are considering logical AND operator, if first value is true or false, it checks second value also. This is the main difference between bitwise and logical operator. It may be or it may be AND. If your first value is true in bitwise, then and then only it goes to second value. Otherwise, it cannot reach to second value. But in logical, if your first value is true or it may be false, it check the second value also. This is the main difference between bitwise and logical. Now see how we can find out with the help of an example, because it will be clear whenever we are using example. I am showing you here example of a AND operator. You have to implement with the help of a OR operator. This will be one homework for you. Consider it as one homework. Okay. In next lecture, you have to implement it and you have to present over here. Now see, I have taken here three variables A, B, and C. Now see, first is the logical AND operator. And what we have written here, A is less than B. Now check whether A is less than B. No, this is the false value. A is less than C. Yes, this is the true. But first is the false value. That's why your answer will be become as a false. Then second one. Second is the bitwise AND operator. Here answer will be same. But whenever you are moving towards the this part, it means I will give some space. Whenever you are going to implement arithmetic operations such as the pre-increment, post-increment, now check what will happen. Here logical AND is there. A is less than B is the false one. Okay, then A plus plus less than C. Now check. Post increment is there, means after running your program it will get incremented. Here 10 is there, 10 is less than C. It means true. So your answer will be false, but here your value of a is get incremented by 1. Means here value of A is become as a 11 after running this line. Means here it will print as a 10, but after that its values get changed. Okay, now here value of A is become as 11 and 11 is less than B, it's false. Then A plus plus less than C. This statement is false, but here logical operator is there, so your value is not get changed over here. Now we will see its implementation so you can understand it. Okay, for first statement there is a no change. They will print as a false one. But now see, here for logical and your answer is a false only, but it goes to second value, that's why it get incremented, and that incremented value is nothing but the 11, but after implementation of this line it is get implemented. Okay, but now check here. After implementation of that line, your answer will be incremented to 12, but it is not happening over here. Okay, now see how we can do this. I will repeat this line so you will understand the difference between these two. Okay, and again I will repeat this line also. Whenever you are making any changes in your program, again you have to compile it and then run it. Now check it. Okay, your value is get implemented as a 10 only because after completion of this part it get incremented over here, but whenever you are using logical AND it cannot increment and print over here. This is the main difference between logical AND and logical OR. So your assignment is what you have to implement same example with the help of logical logical OR and bitwise OR. Have you understood this difference? Or should I repeat it? Yes, you can mention it in chat box so I can move further. Yes, have you understood difference between logical and bitwise? Are you with me, all of you? Yes, anybody can give me answer so I can move forward.
Yes, ma'am. You can proceed.
Yes, madam.
ओके. काही डाऊट्स असतील तर आत्ताच सांगा. ठीक आहे. कारण की कसं आहे, परत एकदा आपण पुढे गेलो की परत रिवाइज करायला फार प्रॉब्लेम येईल ऑनलाईन असल्यामुळे. समोरासमोर असल्यावर गोष्ट वेगळी, ऑनलाईन असल्यावर तुम्हाला डाऊट्स आले तर सॉल्व्ह करायला जरा अवघड जाईल. काही क्वेरी असतील तर आत्ताच सांगा. ठीक आहे. मी आता नेक्स्ट पार्ट स्टार्ट करते. Then ternary operator you have already used. If you want to use it, you can use it. Take one example and you can use it. Next, assignment operator. This one is the simple, means you are using assignment operator. This one is plus is equal to, it means addition of same value in the same value. Okay, we can see it's one example. I think you have already used it. Still we will revise it. See, a plus is equal to 3. Its meaning is nothing but a is equal to a plus 3. Okay, so these two statements are nothing but the same and the one. Okay, it will reduce your time as well as it reduce your memory, because see here we have reduced one implementation of a over here by with the help of these two. Okay, so same rule is applied for all these values. Here a is nothing but a minus 4. Then for over here a is equal to a into 2, and for this value a is equal to a divided by 2. So this is the very simple values. Only we have to check its answers. That's why I have written over here. I think you know it because you have already used in C and CPP. But only for understanding, I have taken it. Okay. Here 10 is there. 10 plus 3, 13. 13 minus 4, 9. Then 9 into 2, 18. 18 by 2, 9. Okay, these are the very simple example for assignment operator. Okay, so these all are the different operators we are using in our programs as per our requirement. So next and important part is expression statements and blocks. Now it will be very easy to find out what is meant by expression statements and blocks because you have seen many examples till now. Now see, expression is nothing but a construct made up of variables, operators, methods, invocations constructed according to syntax of the language that evaluates single value. Now see, when you are writing such a type of a statements are nothing but the expressions, means you are saving your value in one variable. Okay. Now see, in this example, this is called as the statement. Sorry, expression. Okay. This is one expression. Then second one is this, and these four are the expression in your example. Then statements. Statements means what? It completes unit of execution. Okay, it completes a unit of execution. The following types of expressions are made over here in Java, and it always ends with semicolon. Okay, expression may not be end with semicolon because you can mention here different operators such as result is equal to 1 plus 2. Suppose second value is, suppose s1 is equal to a string is there, abc. This one is also called as the one expression. Declaration is also comes under the expression. So this is also one expression. But whenever you are writing statement, it always ends with semicolon. So this one is the assignment statement. This is the increment statement. And if you are writing here minus minus, then this is called as the decrement statement. This is the method invocations. Means right now we have seen, or in previous lecture we have seen, println and print. These are the two methods to run your program on the console and print on your console. System is the package out is the sub package and println is your method. So that's why this statement is called as the method invocation. Then object creation statement. Now see, this is bicycle. Bicycle is the name of the class. Okay, now suppose if we consider this example, assignment operator. But right now we are using main method in this same example. That's why there is no need to create object of this class. But whenever we are using multiple classes, in that case you should use objects. Whenever we are creating any class, we can access it by using object creation. Now see, bicycle is the class and my bike is the object. Okay, and we are using new keyword to design or to create object of that particular class. This is called as the object creation statements. Means we are generating here new object for that class. Okay, so this is the expression and statements. Again, different statements are also there, but whenever we will require it, we can check it which type of a statement is there. Or in notes, I will provide it to you. Then blocks. Block is a group of 0 or more statements between balanced brackets and can be used anywhere a single statement is allowed. Okay, so this is the group of a statement. Now see, whenever we are considering if, we are calling it as a block also. Okay, because you have seen its data structure, means if you have seen its flow chart, they will provide you if block, else block, then switch block. So all this comes under the block part. That means if is called as the one block, we have started over here and ended over here, then this is the another block of a else. Okay, so this way you can declare it as a block. This is the only theory part. Only you have to remember it. They will not ask you as a one question, but if anybody has asked you, you should explain it. Samir Sheikh. Samir Sheikh. Can you please unmute your mic? Samir. Hello, Samir Sheikh. तुम्ही लेक्चर अटेंड करताना त्याच वेळेत जॉईन व्हायचं आहे. एखादी केस मी समजू शकते काहीतरी प्रॉब्लेम आला म्हणून, पण मी दरवेळेस ऍक्सेस देणार नाही. कारण की पूर्ण लिंक कट होतील, त्याच्यानंतर पुढचं तुमचं बरेच मिनिटं वाया जातात परत तिथपर्यंत जॉईन होईपर्यंत. Okay, so next part of your syllabus is control flow statements. Okay, in this control flow statement, same pattern is there: if else, switch, for, while, continue, break statements, etc. Okay, so first we will start with if statement. Now you know already how to use it. Only we have to use it in the format of a Java. Okay, so there are 4 ways. That is if statement, if else if ladder, and nested if. Okay, so I think you have already used in your examples. So we will see one by one example. Okay, can we start directly its example, or whether you require its explanation? Yes, should we start direct examples?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. कोणाला कोणताही प्रॉब्लेम नाहीये ना? असेल तर सांगा, मी हे लूप्स एकदा एक्सप्लेन करून पुढे जाईन. Okay, so I will directly move its examples. Okay, now see, out of this if else loops, first one is a if statement, means simply if statement. Okay, you can write your expression in this as a one condition, and if that condition is get satisfied, you can move towards your further implementation. Now see here, suppose I am writing one example regarding your blood donation, or if we have considered for voting, then your age must be greater than 18. Only one criteria is there for voting, that is age is greater than 18. And if you are in the form of a blood donation camp, in that case, you are having two conditions. One is your age must be greater than 18 and your weight is must be greater than 50. Okay, likewise. So you can add over here and operator to implement blood donation possibility. Now I have considered here one possibility regarding your voting permission. I have written here age as a 20. If age is greater than 80, then you are allowed. Okay, otherwise you are not allowed. But for that I have not written else part, only I have written if part. Okay, so this is the simple if statement. Then whenever you are writing else part, then you have to add next block, that is the else block over here, and your second statement. Here age is greater than 18, or else part you can write it as a age is less than, then and then only you are allowed to access this part. Okay. Then this is if else statement. Now I will explain here this. Now you have to implement it even and odd numbers. Okay, this is very easy, only you have to use this condition. In next lectures or in upcoming lectures, we will see how to take inputs from the user. Okay, up till now we are giving inputs in the same example only. We have not taken any input from the user. Whenever we will see that part, at that time you can use how to take inputs from the user. Right now only you have to use it through example only. Now see, I have provided here one number as a 13. I have to check whether given number is even or odd. For checking even values, we are using this statement, that is number mod 2. Whether given number mod 2 is equal to 0, then and then only your number is even. Otherwise, it is a odd. Can you try it? Yes. Now I want one participation from voice set. Can you try it? Very simple example is there. Already you have implemented in C and CPP. Yes, from voice set. Who will tell me its implementation? Yes, from voice side. Or should I choose volunteer? Chandraday? Chandraday Kashetti. Are you with me? Chandraday. Only few people are attempting over here. Remaining all, what are you doing? I don't know. I think for them Java is not useful. Yes, Chandraday Kashetti. This is the last warning. I'm noting down your name. Mahesh Raut. Rohan. Rohan. If my voice is not audible, you have to tell me, because I am unable to understand what is going on inside of you. Prathamesh. Prathamesh. I'm seriously noting down.
Ma'am,
Yes.
मॅम मी प्रेझेंट आहे बट तुमचा आवाज मला क्लिअर येतच नाहीये.
थोडा पण येत नाहीये.
नाही येत आमच्या म्हणजे घरामध्ये इतकी रेंज येत नाही.
ठीक आहे, हे लेक्चर झालं की मी ही लिंक शेअर करते ग्रुपला तुमच्या. ठीक आहे. लेक्चर झालं की मी ही लिंक शेअर करते. हॅलो,
क्लिअर येत नाहीये काहीच.
हे लेक्चर संपलं की मी ही लिंक शेअर करणार आहे तुमच्या ग्रुपवर. ओके.
हा बट मॅम
प्रथम-
माझी absentee लागली मे बी.
रोल नंबर
हॅलो.
can you write your roll number over here?
24.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Yes, I have taken your roll numbers. Yes, Prathamesh, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you done this program?
No, ma'am.
This even and odd. Done it. Implement it. If you are having desktop or laptop, try it by using set path method. Otherwise, you can
Ma'am,
use online.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
आपला कनेक्ट केलं नाही तर तो प्रॉब्लेम होतो.
Yes.
मॅडम लॅपटॉपला कनेक्ट केलं नेट प्रॉब्लेम देतो.
बरं ठीक आहे. परत मला पाठवणार.
हो पाठवेल.
ओके, जे काही तुम्ही इम्प्लिमेंट करत आहात ते तुमच्या ग्रुपवर टाकलं तरी चालेल, जेणेकरून ते माझ्यापर्यंत पोहोचेल. ठीक आहे. किंवा आपण जावासाठी सेपरेट ग्रुप करणार आहे, त्याच्यावरती तुम्ही ते टाकायचं. ओके. I will provide you its link. You have to join that group so I can understand what are you doing from your side. So it will be very easy for me to solve the doubts. Okay. Now we will move towards the next. Next one is a LCP ladder. Okay. For that example, I have taken only 3 loops. First one, if number is greater than 0, then it is called as the positive. Else, your number is less than 0, then it is negative. But we have checked here only 2 conditions. We have not checked third condition, that is equal to case. That's why we have taken last loop, that is else part, as a equal to. By default, it is equal to, it means 0. Okay. Now here number is minus 13, so it comes under the second block, that is else if block. And last one is the nested if. Okay, now see, this is the related to blood donation example. Okay, if your age is 18 or equal to 18, then you have to check your weight. If your weight is greater than 50, then and then only you are eligible to donate your blood. Otherwise, not. This can be done by using AND operator over here. Okay, so to avoid second block, you can use AND operator over here. Both the ways are allowed. According to your example, you have to shift it. Then, next part is the for loop. This is the very important part for your Java programming. Okay. Up till now, you have seen a simple for loops in your implementation. You have not seen regarding what is meant by for each or enhanced for loop and level for. These are the very new concepts for you. Now we will first see very simple example and we will move towards the next one. Okay. First one is a very simple example. We are printing some values on console. Okay. Now see. Here we have declared one class as a for example. This is the main method and we have declared one for loop integer I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. And we are printing it on the console window. So after implementation, it will generate the total 1 to 10 values on the console. This is the very simple example you have already used in various times. But now we have to move towards the for each loop, and second one is nothing but the labeled for loop. First we will see for each loop. Okay, I will directly open its example so it will be very visible to you. Okay, now see. Up till now we have not seen how to declare the array, but I am using over here for using for each loop. Okay, I have declared a simple array, single dimensional array of 5 values. Okay, now whenever you are implementing Java, in that case, if you are having arrays, it may be single dimensional, it may be two-dimensional, or it may be multi-dimensional. In that case, if you want to access all the values from this array, for each loop is very important to use. Okay, now see, int I colon array. It is nothing but the syntax, and the syntax is nothing but see how we are writing it. For its syntax, here data type. Okay, first one is data type, then your variable name, colon, and whatever array name is there, you have to write over here. Okay, so this is the simple syntax for use the for each loop. Here data type, mention your data type, then variable name, and whatever array you want to read it. Okay, now see, I am using integer array for in my example, and I want to read that values. That's why I have declared here one integer variable I, and I want to access array. Okay, and I want to read that values over here. That's why I have used this loop. You can implement by using simple for loop also, but whenever you see different multidimensional arrays, and if you want to read that values from this multidimensional array from first location to last location. Now see, there is a one usage, but there is a one drawback also. If you want to access intermediate values, then it is not feasible to use for each for loop. But whenever you want to read all the values from that for loop, means from first to last, then and then only this loop is applicable. Otherwise, you have to use a simple for loop. So this is the main difference between for loop and for each loop. Okay, now see, after implementation it. Now see, I have changed the folder, that's why I have to change the command prompt location also. Now I will again set the path. One minute, I have copied it, that's why it is showing like this. Whenever you are copying your example from Am I audible? Whenever you are copying your example from Power Presentation, it may take some values as an extra one. So you have to remove it first and then you have to implement. I have provided you same PPT in previous lecture, and if you are implementing it in same format, then again it will generate the same issue. So you have to keep it in mind that whenever you are copying your example from PPT, that values are get added over here as a by default. Now I am not arranging it properly because time limit is there. Okay. Now understood what happened over here? I have mentioned the same example over here and I have directly copied it into the my notepad. That's why it has generated too much queries. Okay. That's why I have taken your implementation in the command prompt. Okay. If I have used it directly the Eclipse or NetBeans, then you are unable to understand how to tackle these queries. Okay, that's why I have taken this example in this way in the notepad and I am implementing through command prompt. Yes? Hello?
Ma'am, your screen is not visible.
Okay. कुठेपर्यंत दिसलंय तुम्हाला? हॅलो तेजस्विनी?
Command prompt.
एरर्स पर्यंत दिसलंय का व्यवस्थित?
Yes, yes.
हा कारण की मी तो मुद्दाम तो पार्ट घेतला होता त्यासाठी. ठीक आहे. ह्या एरर्स कशा येतात हे लक्षात येण्यासाठीच मी एक्झाम्पल आहे असं कॉपी करून ठेवलं होतं. ठीक आहे. त्याच्यामुळे जेव्हा तुम्ही चुकून एखादं नेटवरनं एक्झाम्पल घेत असाल आणि ते तुमच्या नोटपॅडवर असंच कॉपी केलं तर सेम फॉर्मॅटमध्ये तुम्हाला एरर्स येऊ शकतात किंवा एखाद्या वर्ड फाईल मधून किंवा पॉवर पॉइंट प्रेझेंटेशन मधून लाईकवाईज आय हॅव डन ओव्हर हिअर आय हॅव डायरेक्टली कॉपीड दिस एक्झाम्पल इन दी नोटपॅड टू शो यू विच टाइप्स ऑफ एरर्स आर कमिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ you. Okay, so you have to always remember that by mistakenly whenever we are copying some values from another word file, Excel sheets like that on your notepad, it takes some garbage values and that will be called as your errors. Okay, now I am directly running it. Okay, so it has printed all the values from starting to end. That's why for each loop is there. If you are using another values in between this, means suppose you want to only print 23, then by using for each loop you cannot print it because it takes from starting to end. For that category you should use simple for loop. Okay, now we will move towards the second example. First I will show it to you for each loop. Then labeled for loop. Okay, labeled for loop is totally depend to provide the priority of for loop. Okay, now see, I have given here first for loop as a AA. This is the name for the first for loop. This is called as the labeling of the for loop. In that for loop I am printing only values of I and j. I have provided here values of I from 1 to 3. Then second for loop, same values for j. And I have added here one case. If I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 2, then you have to break over here. And if you find out such a thing, you have to stop your implementation. But I have written here break AA. But suppose I have written here break BB, then your answer is get changed. This is the difference between simple for loop and labeled for loop. Whenever you are using simple for loop, it follows the same process. Means it will break your loop directly. There is no necessity to provide name of that for loop. But if you are using labeled for loop, then you have to mention which loop you want to break, either first one or second one. This is the provision which we have provided through labeled for loop. Now see, I will implement this same example, and after implementation I will change here name of that loop. Okay, now see, I will open this example. I have done same one. I have taken same example in the notepad. So first I will remove that unwanted part. There is no necessity to use it, so I can remove it. See here right now I'm not talking, I'm designing it properly, otherwise it will generate the same errors which we have seen in previous example for each loop. Okay, that's why I am not talking, I'm removing it. Okay, now see, I will directly implement it. Same example is there as we have seen in this PPT. Whenever you will find out any space, in that space that unwanted values are get added. So you have to check it and remove it. Okay, now see one by one. For AA there will be one error, then for this J is equal to. I have written same because you should understand it which errors are coming in front of us. That's why I have forcefully written in this format. Okay, now understood how to remove such a types of errors. Okay, that's why I have specifically written such a type of example. Okay, now see, I will explain labeled for loop. Here, first loop, I values having 1, 2, 3. Second loop, j values 1, 2, 3. And I am going here breaking the for loop of AA, not a BB. That's why these four loops, four values are get implemented. Means I value is 1, at that time j value is 1. Yes, this condition is get false, that's why your values get printed. Then I value is 1 only, j value become as a 2. In that case, also it get implemented. Then I value is the 1 only, j values become 3, that values get also implemented. But whenever your value of I is become 2 and value of j is become 2, then your values are get stopped because we have used here break bb. Sorry, AA. But whenever we are using here BB as your loop, then see what will happen. Now check. Only second loop is get stopped for that case only. Means I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 2. And remaining again is remaining values of loops are get implemented again. Okay. That's why labeled for loop is used in your programs. Okay. Whenever you want to implement break loops, break statements, in that case, if you want to end or if you want to break particular for loop, you can end it or you can break it by using labeled for loop. Okay. Have you understood? Still remain, there are many control loops are remain. We will see in the next lecture. Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am, it is understood.
Okay, any queries?
Yes, ma'am.
No queries? Okay. I will wait for 2-3 minutes. If you are having any queries, ask me.
Ma'am, share the PPT of lecture.
Today's lecture?
Huh.
Okay, I will share it, and at the end of this first part, that is basics parts, after that basics part, I will provide you detailed handwritten notes as well as soft copy of that notes. Okay, but you have to take down these examples right now only. Okay, because I am unable to share all these examples on your group because other members are also there. It may be become as a very crucial for them because I am sending from here. So take down this example in the lecture only. I will share you theory part, no problem. Okay. Have you noting down these examples regularly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We are note down.
Okay. For other subjects also you have to follow the same rule. Okay. Because what will happen, whenever chapter will complete, then we will provide you the notes. But in between that, you are unable to tackle its problems or you are unable to find out some doubts. Okay. So daily take down some important notes. After that, we will provide you detailed notes for you. Okay. I will stop its presentation. Okay. Yes.
Can you provide the program list? Do we performing in the practicals?
Okay, I will provide it. But it may happen that you may have some restrictions because we are doing it online. That's why I'm trying to cover all the experiment list over here.
Okay, ma'am.
ठीक आहे, कारण की प्रॅक्टिकल्स व्हायला खूप वेळ लागेल. त्याच्यामुळे जे काही प्रॅक्टिकल्सचे पण जे प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत ते मी इथंच कव्हर करण्याचा प्रयत्न करणार आहे. आणि त्यातल्या त्यात जे कॉमन आहे ते तुम्हाला ऍज अ होमवर्क म्हणून देऊ. ठीक आहे. One more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
After completion of first chapter, there are two parts are there in first chapter, basics and fundamentals. If possible, we will take two question papers or we will take two quizzes on first chapter, and if not possible, we will take one quiz on first chapter. Okay? Is it better for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because it will be easy for you to how to find out the questions are there in your oral exam or in your interview exam. To find out such a types of questionnaires, we will arrange one quiz or we will arrange one exam pattern for you through that you can implement it. And within few days I will start Google Classroom, so you can upload your programs on Google Classroom within given dates, and through that you can check whether you are done properly or not. Okay, so that I am able to check whether you have implemented programs are correct or wrong. Okay, till that date we will create our new Java group, and I will provide you link. You have to join that group. Okay, and what are assignments I am providing over here, you have to implement it and you have to send me its screenshots. Or you can do one thing, those who are having laptop with you, you have to take that screenshot and create one Word file. In that Word file you can add your programs or that screenshots and send it to me. It will be easy for me to finding out whether you have done it properly or not. And those who are not having laptops, only those who are having mobile phones, then those, for that students you have to take its screenshots, make zip file and send it to me, so I can check it by using that zip file. Is it clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very few students are giving me reply properly, and right now very less students are there. This is not the good thing, because this is for the your use only. Whenever you will come to college, it will be very easy to understand what is going on in the online lectures. It will not take more time because you know all these things virtually, and those who are having implementation platform, it may be online editor. It will be easy for you to directly implement in the practicals. Okay. So today we will stop here. In next lecture, we will see remaining control loops and we will move further.